Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Nirwan. I'm your host and the General Secretary for NOSPLAN Organization of Student of Planning. So here we are once again, another episode for not just another webinar, where we come up with interesting ideas, topics, and speakers and bring them to your screens and motivate you, give you a hint, give you a direction on the kind of things you can take up and things that can be studied and make the people aware on the potential of planning domain. So today, first of all, you guys, I can bet now are very familiar with the rules by now. If you have any question, if you want to support your college, put your name, the college name with a hashtag. Apart from that, if you have any questions, that will be taken up at the end of the session. Put the question with your name and the institution with it. So for today, we have another interesting speaker along with our collaboration from Urban Box. His name is Subankar Haldar. Is currently an assistant manager at REPL. Apart from that, he has been a part of the Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, and he's directly bringing to us ideas and different modeling methods on using GIS for air pollution. So without taking much ado, I would like to welcome him on the screen.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Myself, Shubhankar Haldar, as you might have known, Nirvan have already introduced me. Okay, I think today's topic is a bit broad in sense, and it's very hard to complete it within this 1 hour of time. Okay, so I'll try myself to briefly discuss each and every aspect of air pollution and air pollution mapping. Okay, and I'll be sharing some of my work and some of the samples which I have collected from other sources. Okay, and after that, let's see if you have any question. You can ask me question. Whether it is from remote sensing or related to air pollution, that would be nice one to interaction between us. So let's start with our topic, which is actually air pollution mapping. Okay, yeah. So just in order to simplify the topic, I have divided this topic into two different parts. Okay, so first is the urban air pollution, and the second is the regional air pollution. There is a difference between urban and regional air pollution, basically. So what is the difference is basically is what it
Sir,
happens. Yeah, yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but your screen is not visible.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Your screen
the
is not
slide.
visible.
Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, is it okay? Okay, this. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir, it's
Is it
working.
vis-
Thank you.
is it visible? Okay, sorry. Okay, so I have to again. Okay, so in order to simplify this topic, I have divided this topic into two different parts. Basically, first is the urban air pollution, and the second is the regional air pollution. So there's a slight difference between urban air pollution and the regional air pollution, uh, which is basically the different component which actually affects both of them. Okay, say for example, in urban air pollution, there are different parameters, and in regional air pollution, there are different parameters. So we'll be knowing this in our subsequent slides. Okay, so in urban. So, first of all, why we need to model urban air pollution? Okay, uh, there is a bit data which I have attached here. Okay, just to give you a brief background, what why we are doing or why we want to do urban air pollution on the first place. So as we know, urbanization is a is a phenomenon. So it's like it'll increase and increase day by day, and thus it'll also like in a subsequent year, we know the vehicular traffic will increase. And there's a report of a Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. This said that in the major cities in India, the urban the contribution of pollution from different sources has been given here. It is we can see this vehicular pollution constitute around 72% in urban area. Okay. And then again, there's a impact, there's a health impact, there is a environmental impact is there. This urban heat island, there's an agricultural impact is there as well. And as well as this due to this pollution, this acid rains and all those things happen. So these are the some of the impacts which happens due to the air pollution, due to the increase of the air pollution. Okay. So again, we are why we need to model it. Okay. Or why we need to map it. So there are there are tier 1 cities, there are tier 2 cities, there are tier 3 cities. So there are cities which can afford to install different devices to estimate or uh, to calculate this air pollution, this air quality. Okay. They can capture it using the devices. Okay. But for smaller cities, there is no way to capture this pollution in the smaller cities. So what is the solution? The solution is actually, if we can model it, and we can this model can be run in these small cities, so we can at least estimate some pollutants, and where it is we can actually visualize it in map, that where is the major pockets where the concentration is high. Okay. So these are some of the uh, problems which the smaller cities faces. So if we can model it, if we can model air pollution, if we can model it, we can replicate it into the smaller cities. This is the whole idea. Okay. So in urban air pollution, I'll be covering these 6 parts. Okay. Basically, I'll be giving a very brief description, because again, each and every part has a its own topic. It is a different topic, so it will take much more time if I cover each and every topic. So the second is what type of pollution sources are there in urban area. Okay. What criteria we should, what are the criteria pollutants we should consider while modeling pollutants. Okay. Different type of models which are available right now with us. Okay. And inventories. What are the data set we need to do modeling. Okay. As well as the GIS tools. What are the GIS tools which are available for uh, preparing these kind of maps. Okay. So as we know, so I'll start with what governs air quality, specifically in the urban air quality. So there are 4 major components in urban air quality that governs. The first is the our meteorological condition. Okay. So that is like say for example our wind speed and wind direction, our temperature, relative humidity, our atmospheric pressure, what is the solar radiation. So these are some of the meteorological parameters which actually governs the quality of air, which season which we are looking for. Say for example, if we are looking for a monsoon season, definitely the monsoon season have the lowest concentration of pollution. Okay, in the winter season, we know winter season have a much more concentration. So the next is the urban morphology. So urban morphology in this particular case is basically we are talking about the building height, the terrain, um, and the streets. Okay, and second thing is local emission. So what is basically local emission we are talking about here is what are the different type of sources of emission in our urban area. So say for example in any city, say for example in Delhi, so we have most of the pollution are from basically from vehicular pollutions or industrial or household pollution, I mean household emissions, as well as we have this thermal power plants are there. So these are some of the local emissions are there. Okay, so we need to find them and we need to categorize it into different type of source. Okay, and the fourth one is our long range pollutions like pollutants like our suspended particles or our particulate matter. Okay, it can travel a very long distance. Okay, so these are the four basic uh, component which governs our urban air quality. Okay, so we'll move to our next topic, which is type of pollution and its source. So in urban area, we try to divide our whole source of pollution into three parts. So uh, basically the point source, the line source, and the area source. Okay, so what is point source? So point source are those like if there is any bricklings, or say for example if there is any industrial area or any type of pollution which are coming from you know uh, any kind of chimneys, or we have uh, boilers are there, and these are the some of the examples which are actually which classifies we classify into it as a point source. The next is the line source. So line source is self-explanatory, I guess. Line source means those are the say for example roads and the vehicle moving on the roads are called the line source. Okay, and the second thing is the airport. Airport is another is a different topic, but airport is also comes under the line source. The third is our area as a source. Okay, so what do you mean by area as a source? So in our air pollution model, what we do, uh, we try to assume some values before proceeding to our main modeling part. So first is like say for example, what are the area source? So like bus terminal is there, so that is called one of the area source, or some residential area are there. So these are some of the emission source which are called area source. Okay, uh, then we'll move to our next slide. Yeah, so our next slides describes about the different type of model which are available right now with us. Okay, so there are different type of model. I have just categorized it into three types. Okay, I basically work in this dispersion model. Uh, I basically my focus is on dispersion model. There are other models also. So there are three types of model which I have mentioned here. Is first is a dispersion model, and second is a photochemical model, and third is a receptor model. I'm not going to explain the rest of the two because these are two different type of models. It is again it's a different topic. So I'll be more focused on dispersion model, and within dispersion model, what are the available models which we can use to map, our air pollution. Okay, so first is the OSPM model. I'll come to this model again. Okay, second is the urban model. Okay, and the third is the air mode and CalPUF is there. I'll be majorly focus on OSPM and urban model in this presentation, and try to give some illustration what I have done, and I'll be giving some of the some of my result. I'll be presenting some of my result there in the subsequent slides. Okay. Okay. So most of the time people confuses with the fact that what criteria pollutants we should consider before you know before proceeding to our modeling part. So what are the criteria pollutants, what are the pollutants we should consider? So here I have tried to I have tried to compose this uh, this presentation. In this presentation I've tried to show you that different sources, different pollutants have a different diameter. So in this case, so if you say for example, if you are taking three pollutants, say for example for your study, so if you are concerned with the final particles, say for example, which impacts straightforward to your health, like uh, final particle like PM 2.5 or sulfur dioxide or this. So final particles like PM 2.5 or SO2 or NO2, these are these are the basic these are the basic pollutants which actually which directly affects our health. Okay, so these are the some of the examples which you can see here, and we have to consider the diameter of the pollutants while considering while proceeding to our modeling part. Okay, so in this case we are considering PM 2.5 and sulfur dioxide as well as NO2. So these are called the finer particles. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. Yeah, just yeah. So as I told you, this is what I was working. This is what I was working on. It is called OSPM. It is Operational Street Pollution Model. It's a dispersion model. There are different type of model, as I said you. Okay. So basically, this model is based on Gaussian plume model. Okay, plume box model. So as you can see in the right side of the presentation, uh, what this model does is take every street as a canyon. So we can see there's a this in the green color, these are the buildings. Okay, so these are the buildings which can affect our, you know, in the urban context, it can affect concentration. So there are these are the factors. These are the factors which can actually affect the concentration. I'll come back to this one again. So what are the factors? Previously, when I was talking about this urban air pollution factors, so what are the factors to be considered? Okay, what are the factors which actually affects urban pollution? So here we can see this representation. This is the image. Okay, so these are the vehicles are there. Okay, so there are factors like recirculated concentration, recirculated air. Okay, then our uh, effect of transport produced turbulence. Okay, this is called a TPT. Okay, I'll come back to that again. So these are the additional these are the additional these are the additional uh, mm, factors which actually affects urban air pollution. Okay, so how we can get these data? What are the data we should consider while preparing for you know modeling? Okay, so these are the three basic need of data. First is our morphological parameters. So what we need is our building heights, street, our roads, and how we can get it. So first is We can use DEM model from remote sensing. From remote sensing, we can use DEM model to uh, consider or to take our the basic terrain or the height. Okay, then we can use NDSM, which is actually it's a different part. I will explain it again. Okay, so NDSM is basically a type of TEM which are uh, only in the NDSM, which only constitute the upper portion of the surface, basically the height of a building or height of a tree or anything. So from NDSM we can get the height. So these are the basic data which we required in our morphological parameter. Okay. Then we have a meteorological parameter. We can get it from IMD website. I'll put a link. I guess. Yeah, I'll put a link. Okay. So there are different parameters we can take in order to do our modeling thing. First is our wind speed and wind direction. Again, this is a combo thing. This is wind speed and wind direction is a it comes uh, with a vector product. Like say for example, if the wind direction changes in a say for example in the first hour of the day, if wind direction changes, and the second hour of the day the wind direction changes on the opposite side of the in the first hour, so the product will be zero. So wind speed and wind direction is basically the vector product of the same component. Okay, I'll come back to that again. The second thing is the temperature, and the third thing is the relative humidity and solar radiation, and we can take like number of parameters. Okay, we can take say for example pressure. We can take green index. So we need to limit ourselves as much as possible. Okay, so these are the four basic parameters which we should consider. Okay, which we should take. This is the minimum criteria. Okay, the second thing is our to calculate our emission, the local emission. So as we have discussed, there are like three type of emission source. Okay, the point source, line source, and the area source. Okay, so in urban area, vehicular pollution have much more. It has a much more effect than any other areas. Like any other areas, like I mean to say, this industrial area or our residential area. So first we need to calculate the emission factor or the local emission. First we need to identify them. How we can identify it? Okay, so there is a whole study has been done by a institute called Automotive Research Associate of India. I have put a link below. Okay, you can go and check their website, and there's a report which actually gives emission factor of different type of vehicles, like two-wheelers or three-wheelers or four-wheelers or multi-axle wheeler vehicle. So they have this document in their website. You can go and check it definitely. And they have prepared an inventory, whole inventory of different type of vehicle and the different type of uh, emission factor. Okay, and then again there's a emission factor of industry. There's an emission factor of the average emission factor of household. Okay, you can go and check it. I'll put a link below. Okay, yeah, I'll put a link this every document which I have if you want to really want to know detail about this emission factor, I will put some link. Okay, so how so we need this local emission, we need meteorological parameters, we need a morphological parameter. So these are the four inputs to our model part. Then what is the output? what is our output? So output will be either in a point, as a point, or as a graded output. So what is point output? Basically, point output will give you just if you just put one point in our map, and you will just get the information. Okay, what is the value there? Okay, and then there is how this model actually calculates the different type of pollutants, like in this case, how it calculates nitrogen monoxide or ozone. Okay, how it calculates. So in this case, it calculates like in the presence, like what happened is that during the days, due to the presence of the sunlight, Na2 reacts with the oxygen, with the presence of sunlight, and it breaks down into uh, nitrogen monoxide and ozone. Okay, so these are the like there are the like different chemistry formulas are there, some equations are there. I'm not going to discuss each and every equations. This is most important equation which I find, to find NO2 or O3. Okay, so I have put this one here. I'll go back to, yeah. So, in this model, what we need is this information. Okay, this is one of my study which I have conducted in Dehradun. Okay, uh, uh, we have you know we try to put all the information as correct as possible. Okay, like there are parameters like vehicular parameters where it is quite impossible to know the exact value, because there are parameters like the age of the vehicle, which type of engine they use, and these are the, like there are details. This very detailed model is there. So it is very, like it is quite impossible to know correctly what are the values of that uh, uh, of that vehicle, or this parameter. So I'll go in this case, yeah. So in this case, in the left side, top side, these are the are what we call it, some morphological parameter. Okay, so we took our average building height as a 10 meter, our receptor height. What is receptor? I'll tell you in a minute. And the road width is there, and the street orientation from the north side. Okay, so what is the receptor height? Is basically receptor heights are, these are the receptor that will the output of this model will show the concentration. I mean to say, this receptor will these receptors are the points where we are trying to calculate the value of our pollutant. Okay, so uh, in urban pollution, the concentration of the concentration will increase or decrease depending upon the height. Okay, in generally it is being said that in the lower portion of our, like in the surface level, the concentration increases. As we go up, the concentration decreases. Okay, and there is a, again there is a what we call as a mixing height, where the concentration becomes very low. Okay, so in this model, what we have done is like we try to give as much as information. Okay, and try to model it. I'll just give you this. There is a link. Can I just can I just show you this link? Okay, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I'll just show you one map which I think I have prepared here. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's loading.
It is loading, right? Okay, fine. I'll try to show you what they have done till now. Okay, so we'll move on to our next model, which is actually a atmospheric dispersion modeling system. Okay, it is again, it's a same model with just a bit uh, upgraded version of this plume box model. Okay, so it is called the quasi Gaussian plume box model. Okay, it is being developed by Cambridge Environmental Research Consultant. It is in England, and they are basically, this is actually this is not a free version of the software. It is actually a paid one, and but uh, their model, actually the reliability of the model is quite nice. I guess my internet is slow. I'll come back to that again. Okay, so this is my second model. This is second model which I was talking about. So this is again a quasi Gaussian plume model. Okay, where this in this model we can actually use this model for both the cases, for regional purpose, for regional air pollution also, as well as our for urban air pollution also. We can use this model for both the cases. Okay, and what is the temporal scale of this model? The temporal scale of this model is hourly. It will give you hourly concentration. Okay. Okay, and these are the some steps which I have taken to complete it. Okay, and again I'll go to the final output. Okay, fine. So as we can see, there are models which can predict, uh, like our previous model, OSPM model, which can predict by point. Okay, and how this model is different is it can actually show you spatially. Okay, as we know, as we go away from the source, the concentration reduces. This is a general concept. Okay, so as we can see here in this example, these are the roads. Okay, so these are the roads. Yeah, so these are the roads. In case of NO2, you can see, yeah, you can see this nearby the road, the concentration is high. As we go away from the road or the source, the concentration is low. Of course, this part is actually a airport, so this is a high concentration zone. Okay, and then, yeah, this one, what you I want to show you. So this is actually this same output of I did work on this model in Dehradun. Okay, and this is also the part of Dehradun actually. So as we can see, there's a difference in you know uh, in the output. Okay, so what I did is I did this. I estimated this one is from this model, and this one what I ran a simple interpolation technique. Okay, I'll come back to interpolation technique later on. Okay, so we can see the difference between those two output. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, yeah, this is what I was talking about. So there are ways. One way is to model things. One way is to model air pollution. Okay, like using different models. Okay, and the second is, as we know, in case of Delhi, we have different stations. Different monitoring stations are there. Okay, so we can use those data and interpolate it. That will give you approximate value, because it is not considering the other two parameters, like the morphological parameter is not taking, the turbulence due to the vehicular movement, it is not taking. So uh, definitely this will give you an idea where is the hotspot, where will be the hotspot will be. And although this geostatistical techniques are not suitable for mapping air pollution. Okay, uh, this is the example. This is the example which I was talking about. I did an interpolation technique called kriging, and this is the output from our model. Okay, so as we can see, this is this just they are just using it as just like a spline or different it's just estimating the gaps between the 2 points. Okay, so in this case, in while doing modeling in air pollution, we should actually remember there are different parameters which actually affects uh, the concentration. Okay, so while if you use geostatistical tools like kriging or spline or idw, it will not consider the other parameters. Okay, so it is always recommend to go for a air pollution model rather than doing a simple interpolation. Okay, okay, just I'll just go back to beginning again. Okay, fine. Yeah. So I'll be just discussing about this regional air pollution and why we need it and how it is different than urban air pollution. Okay, so in case of urban air pollution, we know we have you know different parameters or different sources. Okay, which can influence or which can affect the concentration. Okay, but in case of regional air pollution, the major two components, which is basically our morphological, which is basically our terrain, and the second is our the meteorological parameters like wind speed and wind direction. These are the two major things which actually affects the regional air pollution. But why we need it? Okay, so in regional air pollution, say for example, if we want to study our whole Indo-Gangetic area, okay, so regional air pollution model will help them. Okay, but nowadays we have different satellite-based uh, data from say for example from European agency we have NOAA data. So we have a satellite data which can actually help us to understand the spatio-temporal try to what are the spatio-temporal factors that actually affects this air pollution. Okay, so uh, regional air pollution are for understanding a bigger picture. Say for example, in during this October November time, there is a crop burning. Okay, so it is quite impossible to it is actually useless when in terms of in a bigger picture in a bigger area, we cannot use our urban pollution model. Okay, so in that case, we need a regional pollution model where we can actually we can actually model the trajectory of the plume which are coming from this, from this agricultural land. Okay, and how this can affect the other areas. So this is a relationship we can build in regional air pollution model. We can build a relationship something can affect a different thing. Okay, so there are different types of satellite data which are available right now. Like OMI is there. It's called ozone monitoring instrument. Okay, then OMI have different products. Are there like for NO2? They have NO2. They have ozone. They have SO2, and both they have both a tropospherical level as well as they have at a as a total column. Okay, so tropospherical level means it is basically 10 kilometer from the Earth's surface. Okay, so 10 kilometer from the Earth's surface, they give that product, and as well as there is a new satellite which has been launched by ESA, European Space Agency, in 2018, I guess. Okay, it's called Sentinel 5P. Okay, so it has a product called Tropomi, which gives a different product. Again, it's have NO2, SO2, ammonia. So there are different products there. I'll just tell you. I'll just show you some of the products. Okay, yeah. So we did a study last year during this lockdown, and was actually I was interested to know uh, how this lockdown affects our air quality. Okay, so um, we took this Tropomi data for the month of March and April in for 2019, and we took the same time period for 2020. Okay, so we can easily see the difference between the concentration in 2019 and 2020. So there's a huge difference. Okay, uh, and these are possible because we have this quality of data right now. uh, Even the spatial quality of the data are good. Okay, so these are some of my work which I have doing right now. It is again is a OMI NO2 data for the month of March and April 2019 in the left, and for the month of March April in the previous 2020. So it's a what we are trying to showcase here is that how things change, like in a day by day, how these things are changing. Okay, so this can help us to understand the change. Okay, the change of how much concentration has reduced by as compared to the last year. So we can estimate this thing quite quickly, because we not need any kind of model to estimate these values. Okay, uh, I think I am pretty much, yeah. So then again, I'll cover this one as well. So this is Sentinel 5P and OMI NO2 data. This is both are products called NO2 data. Okay, so uh, nowadays there are satellites which are giving us a more spatial resolution. I hope spatial resolution. Uh, if anyone have any doubt, you can ask this spatial resolution about the spatial resolution. Okay, so say for example, in this case, we have Tropomi data, we have OMI data. So as we can see, this quality of data has increased a lot in a few years. Like the recent years, the satellite which has been launched, the spatial quality has been increased. Okay, um, yeah. So a last topic which I would like to actually cover is like real-time monitoring data. So there are ways. There are different websites has been uh, there are different type of websites which has been continuously monitoring, or sometimes giving us the forecasting that what would be the our uh, concentration tomorrow, or using different type of models. Okay, so I'll just put this one as a, I think this is what I think is most important, because the CPCB has launched a web portal, I think in 2014 or 15, I'm not sure even. They are providing us a real-time data um, about 15-minute gap. Okay, it's a 15-minute average value, and this in India they have the whole network of around yeah 261 monitoring stations are there around uh, 134 cities. Okay, so we can definitely you can definitely go and check this out. This is a link I have given below. You can just go and download this data. You can see the concentration of different station. Um, as well as you can if you want to download it, you can go and download, and you can use that statistical tool like Kriging and IDW to map it out. Okay, I think that brings our think it is not loading. Just wanted to show you this. Okay, and I guess this is the last slide I have. Okay, I don't know whether this website will open or not. Just let me see. Because it is not. Okay, I think this is the part where I think I should end, because there are a lot of things I might have missed out, or you can just ask me anything related to air pollution model, or anything related to our remote sensing per se. Okay, I'll be great to reply you back. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for an amazing session. I mean, the level of detail that we were actually expecting was very much sufficient.
Yeah, actually, the thing is that what I said, like it's a huge domain. Actually, if I start talking with one aspect, okay, it will take to the other aspect. Okay, I'll because there are different there are different aspect of air pollutions, like what I said, like morphological parameters, like one of the parameters. Even that can take more than 1 hour to make someone understand what actually it is. Okay, then metallurgical parameters, and there are the parameters. I just spoke about this thing as briefly as possible. I could have gone to the level of details, like emission factor, how to find emission factor. These are very detailed thing. I think it is you know our time does not permit us to actually go to that detail. Okay, so I'll just I know if there is any question related to specifically related to pollution modeling, or like any data set, if you have, just let me know. Okay, uh, because there are things which
So there's an echo coming.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, sir, our coordinator will handle the muting part. It's okay. So we have some questions from students as well. There is someone who's having an asking
Yeah,
that how can we use air pollution modeling,
yeah, I'm
pollution
not getting.
modeling hello. So, sir, we'll put you on mute for the time being so that we can convey it directly. One of the students is asking, how can we use the air pollution modeling techniques to make a financial, I think what she means is basically how we can make financial benefits out of it, or maybe some kind of application or things like that.
Say, look, actually, the thing is that uh, we can use it as a monitoring purpose. Okay, say for example, traffic management. Okay, so say for example, if we can forecast our concentration. Okay, like what will be the concentration tomorrow. Okay, there are models like WRF models are there, weather forecasting models are there. Okay, it can like pretty closely it can forecast what will be the tomorrow's weather. Okay, so similarly there are such models which are being developed right now to which can actually by using our historical data, historical traffic data, we can use it, and we can forecast it for tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So it can be used as a management tool. Okay, I think that has some financial aspect, I guess. Okay, like Google does their this time delay time and this kind of data. So these are the some of the aspect, I guess, which can help in or we can as a we can market is it as a product, something like that. Okay, so it's more of a management tool, and warning tool as well. So this is actually my answer.
Thank I guess there could not have been a clearer explanation on this. Maybe the person would use the model in future. But we have another question from Malika Sarabhai. She's from SPA Bhopal. She's asking, how does one determine which mathematical equation to apply for developing air pollution status in a study area with restrictive access to on-ground air pollution data?
Look, developing a mathematical equation, right? Actually, to be honest, I am not well, knowledge. I don't have that much knowledge regarding developing any kind of, mathematical equation. But say, for example, we can use the different equation which are already available, like Langarian model is there, like Gaussian model is there. Okay, so I have I have to look into this question again because I have less idea about it. Okay, to be honest, I'll get back to this question again. Okay, I would like to. Okay.
Uh, Thank you so much, sir. We have so many questions on the comments as well, but I think multiple of them were answered during your presentation. So I think we can move it further. We have with us our editor-in-chief, Chaitanya Lodha. He's a member of the Executive Council. Chaitanya, he has something to say for us.
Good evening. Good evening to everyone. Actually, it has been a really great session to see the work that you have done and to actually, have some sort of practical application and understanding exactly how it is to be done. Because we as a planner, we really have a huge say as well as an ethical job to actually for the sustainability of the entire country and the entire planet. And so this sort of techniques need to be involved a lot more in especially our own planning curriculum as well, and in our exercises that we do. And the way you have shown it and all the things that you have shown, like, it has really opened our eyes. It has provided us with some sort of guidance on which we can explore a lot more. uh, we hope to see that the people who have participated, especially in this event, would have learned quite a lot from this session. And I want to thank Sir that the things that he has shared, like, they really have sort of brought a new perspective on how to look at this data again. And this was a really helpful session. So I cannot thank you more. Thanks a lot, sir.
Uh, Thank you so much. Um, I would like to thank, first of all, the guy who's bugging me behind on the backstage for finishing up the show, Aman, our convention officer, and the team, Mukul, and all the people at the background working together. And thank you so much, sir, for being here with us, answering questions. I bet students will be definitely looking into it. We have a competition on the same theme, and hopefully some of them will be regretting not taking up the the ideas that you've shown today. But again, the whole concept of not just another webinar is more about learning rather than just having a screen and show where people just show up and talk about stuff. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you to all the viewers for being here. I hope you guys are excited for our annual convention coming up starting on 29th. We will be streaming live, and all the details will be available to you on the website. So stay tuned and we have one more special lecture coming up on our series of not just another webinar. So like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much, guys.
Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.